is Gary Elford. Kristy509mn. Kristy509mn, Gary Elford.
I did something big last month. I stepped into the world of online dating. www.match.com. Her name is kristy509mn. Now I'm sure there's nobody else here that's ever done online dating. I won't make you raise your hand, but I'm going to tell you that I had my first online date, and I want to tell you guys what led up to my first online date experience. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. There's 3 steps to online dating. First, you find your match. Secondly, first you do your profile. Secondly, you try to find your match. And thirdly, and this is the most difficult part, somehow you try to convince them to go out with you. They say that the headline is what really makes you stand out on Match.com. You get 10 words for your headline. I used, looking for the girl that turns her cell phone off at dinner. Next, you have to fill out a detailed profile. They ask you questions such as, describe your body type. A, slender. B, about average. C, toned and athletic. Or D, heavyset. Well, I'm not really slender. I'd like to think I'm not heavyset. I'd also like to think I'm more than about average. Guess that left me with toned and athletic. After you're done filling out this profile, it's time for you to start looking for that match. You can spend literally hours and hours online looking for your perfect match. As a guy, you have to take the initiative on Match.com. Once you're ready and you've found that perfect someone, there's a couple ways that you can communicate with them on Match.com. You can either send them an email, or you can send them a wink. When you send them a wink, you're essentially saying, I'm interested in you, but not enough to spend the time to craft an email. But I've heard that some girls can actually get 50 winks per day on Match.com. That means if you want to stand out, you got to send something creative. Here's the first email that I sent on Match.com. Tappity tap tap. That's me typing on the keyboard. Hi, Kristy509mn. It's difficult to come up with an opening line that doesn't sound generic. I'd tell you you're the first person I've emailed on Match.com, but I doubt you believe me. It sounds too much like a line. Smiley face. Sometimes I would literally spend like an entire hour crafting the perfect email. I thought if I could craft that perfect email, she would have no choice but to go out with me. Well, once I looked at it and proofed it 100 times, I would hit send. I swear I must have checked my email every hour. Finally, before I retired for bed, I checked it one more time. Yes! She emailed me back. I was so excited. I quickly scanned through the email. I'm flattered to be your first on Match.com. I'd like to start by saying that I do turn my cell phone off during dinner. Yes! I scanned the rest of their message. I was so excited. But wait, something's wrong. It was upbeat, but she didn't ask me any questions. I know I'm new to this online dating game, but I know when somebody's interested in you, they ask you questions. She didn't ask any questions. I scanned it over again. No questions. Where do I go from here? I mean, I'm not desperate. I know I'm doing online dating, but I'm not desperate. So I asked my friends, what do? Do I email her back? They said, just go for it. What do you got to lose? It's not like you got a lot of other options. Boy, take it. So I was going to up the ante. Not only was I going to email her back, I was going to ask her out. Tappity tap tap. Dear Kristy509mn. At the risk of being too forward, would you be interested in meeting for lunch this Friday, I realize it's short notice, and I've only known you for 20 hours. She said yes. I was so excited. After the initial high wore off, I realized now I have to essentially go on what's a blind date. I've never met this girl before. I mean, sure, we've talked on the phone, we've emailed back and forth, but I never met her. What do I say? What do I do? What do I wear? I mean, do I do something formal, or do I go casual? Do I bring her flowers, or... I don't want to freak her out, though. Do I shake her hand, give her a big bear hug? Well, here's how I would sum it up. I mean, internet dating, it's essentially the same, but it's different. Instead of wearing a fancy shirt and trying to impress them with the latest dance move, you stand out by showing your personality, and you convey that over email. But in the end, you have the same anxieties, whether you meet them online or meet them in a swanky dance club. Well, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I'll let you know that I did go out with Kristy509mn. She lets me call her Kristy. We had a great time. We went for lunch downtown at a seafood restaurant. And I'm happy to say I have my second date with her this weekend.